everybody. Welcome to another workout video with Anna and Riggs. He just woke up from a nap, so he's really sleepy. So I'm going to put him back over here so he can go back to bed. I had a request from my sister-in-law, actually. So shout out to Nikki on this one. Hopefully this is helpful for you. But I had a request for a video and just some different exercise ideas for how to strengthen your knee, the muscles around your knee, and help with stabilization and also some flexibility. So that's what I'm going to focus on in this video, just a couple different exercises I'm going to show you. I'm not going to run through a whole routine with you, just going to give you some ideas, then hopefully you can work on those at home in order to strengthen your body more. So the first one I'm going to show you is just a regular squat, and a lot of people get this move wrong, especially women and men who do it at home and aren't able to see the correct squat formation or even the incorrect squat formation that a lot of people have at the gym. So in order to perform a squat correctly, what you want to do, and I'll turn to the side, but what you want to do is you want to bring your shoulders back, your chest is up, you're looking ahead, not up, not all the way down, just kind of a neutral neck here. You want to have your feet about hip width apart. You're going to shoot your butt back, okay? So your butt should not come over your toes. Your knees should not come in. They should not come in like this. They should not go out like this, okay? They should be right over your toes. And you're going to squat down. Now, I like to get below parallel just because it's not putting a lot of stress on the knees themselves, but some people have a difficult time doing that just because they have tight hamstrings, tight calves, you know, one or the other. So it's good to stretch those out, but if you can just go down to above parallel, right at parallel, that's okay too. Just make sure that your knees aren't going over your toes. So you're just going to squat down, and now as you press up, you want to make sure that your back should always be flat here, okay? No big old, curve in your back. Make sure it's flat and strong. Belly button is tucked into your spine, and you're going to press up using your glutes and using your heels, okay? So pressing up, back down, pressing up, okay? I would do about 3 sets of those, probably, so you can start at 12 if you're not used to it, and kind of work up to maybe 15 or 20 squats. So the next exercise I'm going to show you, we use this doorway actually. Now you don't have to have a doorway, but this is going to help with balance a little bit as you're just starting. So bring your foot out just a little bit, okay? And then you're going to slightly bend that standing knee. The other leg is going to come up, and you're just going to squat back like a regular squat, except you're going to try to balance, okay? So this foot is off the ground, okay? If you can see that. So you're squatting down. If you can only go 1 inch, that's fine, okay? And then press up using that standing glute and that standing calf, or that standing heel. So try not to press too much against the wall, but if you need to for balance, that's why it's there. You can also progress that to just a single leg squat where you don't even have a wall, and you can go down as far as you want to, or you can use a Bosu ball and stand on it and try to do a single leg squat that way too. That is more difficult, I will tell you that right now. But that definitely can be helpful if you're more advanced in that. So the next exercise I want to show you, and I'm going to turn the screen over here a little bit so you can see. The next exercise I want to show you, you're going to use a resistance band, and I bought this one at Walmart, but you can get multiple different levels and use them. These are great. These are really, really great. And if it isn't giving you enough resistance, just cut it and then tie it where you want it. That's what I like to do too, because sometimes they aren't strong enough. Or hard enough, actually. So what I want you to do is place it around your calves here, okay? And you're going to take a wide stance. So your toes are going to point in, just like this, okay? And you can actually have it a little bit lower. That's a point your toes in, and what I want you to do is I want you to try to bring those knees close. They're going to want to come in like this. That's not the goal. The goal here is to strengthen your abductors, so these muscles right here, okay? So bring those knees over your toes, squat back, push your butt back just a little bit, not too much, and then I'm going to have you sidestep it and over, sidestep it and over. So your legs are constantly contracted, okay? You're not coming to the middle. You're constantly keeping a good contraction in that band, okay? So you can do these side steps, like I showed you, or you can do monster walks, where you take the same formation, toes are in, knees are over your toes, butt is back just a little bit, knees are bent just a smidge too, and you're gonna walk forward, okay? And you'll feel that really, really well on your abductors too. So those are exercises to help strengthen with a band. I really like using this band. Another stability balance kind of an exercise is going to be the balance reach. So what you do for that is you're going to stand on one foot again, slight bend in that knee, make sure your core is tight, belly button's back into your spine. And I like to put my hands on my hips. And okay, I think Riggs is coming right in front of the computer, so hopefully he doesn't knock it down. No, buddy. No. That's not what we're doing. Sorry, he really likes to play on the chair that I have the computer sitting on. So I'm going to have you slightly bend your knee, and I'm going to have your hands on your hips. Now, your hips should not be swaying out to the sides. They should be pointing straight ahead, okay? So hips are pointed straight ahead. I want you to point forward with that toe and bring it back, okay? So hopefully you can see this. I'll back up just a little bit. So point forward with that toe and back up. So you see how I'm not wobbling to the side. Sometimes it helps to have a mirror as you're pointing. You can do, with these, you can do probably about 3 sets of, I don't know, maybe 10. Start with 8 if 10 is more difficult, but you'll start getting stronger, and then in a week or two, once that's really easy, move on to the next plane of motion over here, going laterally. So you're pointing out to the side, and again, my hips are staying straight forward, okay? I'm not poking my hip out to the side, okay? So you're on your toe and back, okay? Now the final one, I'm going to demonstrate this way, is going to be in the transverse plane. So you're going to be bending that knee slightly, coming around, and then back, okay? So hopefully you can see that. Your hips are trying to stay as far forward as possible, but you're coming around and back, okay? Just like that. So that's going to help to balance, help to stabilize that knee a little bit too. And then with your, I didn't mention this, but with your single leg squats, you can do probably 3 sets of 10 reps per leg. With your bands, I would do probably 3 sets of 15. You can bump it up to 18 if you want to, per side, okay? Now when you're doing monster walks going forward like I showed you, I want you to make sure that you're going forward and backward, both, okay? So next I'm going to show you one more exercise on the ground, and then I'm going to just introduce a few stretches that might help with these things a little bit. So, all right. Okay, so the inner thigh leg lift is a great one to work your adductors, which is your inner thigh, and a lot of people have really weak inner thighs, and that's, or some people have really tight inner thighs, and that's what pulls your knees in when you're trying to do a squat. Either way, everybody's got different muscle imbalances, but if we're working to stabilize the muscles surrounding the knee and up in your legs too, so that you can keep yourself from injury, then it's a really good idea to do adductor work. So you're gonna come down onto the mat. I don't have my Pilates mat, so I'm not gonna do a bunch of reps here because it's gonna hurt. So what you're gonna do is bring your leg up here in front. I like to grab it just to hold it there, and then as you're laying down, you're gonna flex that foot, you're gonna lift it up and back down. Now your whole body should be in a line now, okay? Your legs and hips shouldn't be bent there. They shouldn't be way up front. They should just all be in line. I should be able to draw a straight line from your head down to your foot, okay? So you can do maybe about 20 or 30 reps here, and then sometimes I like to pulse it. That's a classic Pilates move that really gets it burning, but helps it to work. And I might try to pulse it, you know, for, I don't know, like an extra 15, 20 seconds, something like that. So as far as stretches go, everybody's got tight hamstrings. You can, one of my favorite hamstring stretches is the lying hamstring stretch. So you're on your back and one leg's extended, the other one, you can even test yourself too. So start here and then bring your leg up and see how far you can go. Maybe you can only go here, okay? After you do this stretch, I want you to test it again and see your hamstring length after that point. So what I'm going to do is bring it into a 90-degree angle. You're going to pull your hamstring back, and then you're going to bring that leg straight, flex your foot, hold it for about 7 seconds, okay? Keep breathing as you're doing that. Then you're going to bring it down and right back up again, okay? You're going to do this for about 6 or 7 times, holding for 5 to 7 seconds at the top, okay? And then you're going to switch legs and start from there. Hooray! So hamstring stretch is an awesome one to do. Also a hip flexor stretch. A lot of people have they have sore or tight hip flexors. So if you come, let's see, I'll show you sideways. If you're coming into almost like a lunge here, but your foot's on your knees on the ground, I want you to contract your glutes, and especially the glute of the knee that is on the ground, and you're going to rotate your pelvis up toward the ceiling, okay? You should be able to find a good stretch here in your hip flexor, okay? And your hip flexor is right about here, okay? So you're rotating your pelvis up toward the ceiling. You can enhance it a little bit, enhance the stretch by kind of leaning over, and you're going to stretch out your lats just a little bit there too. Okay, so you can hold that. With these stretches, I mean, you can hold the hip flexor stretch for 30 seconds. And I would recommend doing some foam rolling before, you know, finding that spot, pinpointing where that knot is, and holding it for about 30 seconds. And then after you're done foam rolling, going on to the stretching part of it. I can do another video on foam rolling if that's helpful for you guys too. But hip flexors are great to stretch out. Calves are great to stretch out. If you come against a wall, you're going to press your foot back. Just kind of press into the wall. You should feel it in the back of your calf there. Okay. You can also bring your foot down, bend it slightly, and kind of feel another stretch that way too. So multiple different ways that you can stretch your calves. But I would really recommend working on stretching out hamstrings, stretching out calves, hip flexors, your adductors if those are tight, which again, that inner thigh muscle, you know, you can go ahead and just come into, I don't know what they call this, it's not crisscross applesauce, but anyways, bringing your feet together and just kind of opening up those adductors for about 30 seconds. So those are just a few different exercises that you can use. I hope it's helpful for you. I know that a lot of people struggle with knee pain, they struggle with weakness in their knees, and it's really difficult for them to go about everyday life just because they don't know the kind of exercises to strengthen. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Let me know if you have any other ideas for videos or requests, but hopefully this is very helpful, and thank you so much for watching.